Because like, here's the thing, at the end of 3 months, some agent may say like, we're gonna look somewhere else, we're gonna try something else.
Yeah.
This is where like the low ticket come in, say, all right, man, so what you need to do, you just have to pay us like 1/10 of what you just paid us previously. And majority of the stuff will help to support you. We'll continue to give you all this IP and this access, but you just have to do a couple of things yourself. Like it's like 20 minutes a week. And most agents say, like, yes, like
can do that.
a lot of business owners are cheap, right? So that low ticket price does give them an option to continue relationship with you, because that's what they always say, that, hey, you're a nice guy, but I'm just gonna yada yada. But yeah, how can I help you?
We talk about moving, not sort of doing a digital marketing agency, but rather just doing, no-code SaaS reselling, essentially, I believe. So I wanted to just kind of get your thoughts on whether it's worth, or whether it's worth pivoting, or whether I need to do that at all, based on what we're currently doing in the real estate game.
So that was a good question. I guess now I sort of understand where you're coming from. So I appreciate you taking the time to explain that. But we always have been selling the CRM, which is GHL. It's just that during the decks, the pitch wasn't focusing on the CRM, because that's not where the money and the value come from. So think about it this way. We're doing hybrid SaaS, so that means we're doing meta ad, right, which is a service, right? And then we'll package that with the CRM, which is the software. That's essentially what we're doing. And our price point is a high setup, which is 2, 3, 4, 5K initially. And then after 3-6 months, they're going to be paying $297, right? And during that 6-month phase, you need to be teaching them and make them use a CRM and make them how managing their Facebook as much as possible. So when the end of the contract, you can afford to charge them a low monthly fee. So it can't be customized.
Okay.
Right. So essentially, that's what the SaaS people is also doing. So if you buying, like, let's say there's another company selling high-level SaaS. If you're buying a SaaS, they not like at least the smart one, they wouldn't be charging you $200-$300 a month. They gotta charge you some kind of setup fee, and those setup fee could be a website setup, it could be a funnel setup, it could be a Google review setup, any kind of setup that have a one-time setup fee, because you need that one-time setup fee for cash. You can't bring in new customer that is $200 a month. Do you know what I mean? It's not a feasible business. One of the setup that we prefer to do is Facebook, but there's other course, and I'm pretty sure you've seen there's other course and there are other GHL guru out there that promoting web design. But like essentially the price point is the same, right? You got a one-time setup and then you have a small recurring, right? And during that setup phase, you need to make sure that they use the CRM and then they can manage themselves, right? So that's kind of like, you can make content for them, but with, like you said, with Extendly, you don't have to make content, all the courses there, all the how-to videos there. You can make sure that their business is totally reliable and dependable on the CRM.
Okay, so because what I'm doing right now for this current client is we've set up the ads campaign. I've set up the ads campaign for them.
So you're paying ad spend?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, so I for the first one, the other thinking was that I sort of would absorb that cost for me, just to sort of
for like a month or for a week.
I've signed her up for 3 months. So I've just sort of done it for the first 3 months.
So your price point, I did teach people not to include ad spend in the price.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I guess I was a bit apprehensive just for the first one, because in the other context in this instance, she went through this similar process with other companies as well. Who offered a similar thing and weren't really giving her the results that she was expecting. I tried to give her an additional offer to get the deal over the line, essentially. Now, obviously, in the future, that's not what I'll continue to do.
Actually, there was one guy that do what you do intentionally, but like with a strategy behind it, and it works so well. Okay. So he gonna pay for a real estate agent ad for like 2 weeks or a month, right? Yeah. And he could actually put that in the advertising. It's like, real estate agent, we get you a listing, and we even pay
for your ads.
Yeah. So we actually, but like a month, It's just that you just have to pay for the ad for like a week or 2 weeks. That's enough. And when they come across it, hey, look, we'll pay for your ad for like a week or 2 weeks. That's like $500 value. And as long as they see like positive result, as long as they see like lead that coming in, that wanting to have a chat with them, that's all they want. They don't want like an actual contract signed. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
But like they just need to see something real, because there's a lot of bullshit in the market right now. But with us, so what we do, man, is like you want to be running ad on their account, and you want to use their card, and you want to do like the whole setup like in like 1, 2, 3 hours. And then if they said, hey, I want to change this message, I want to change the whole follow-up message, sure, you send them a little video on how to do it, so then they can log in and do it themselves. That's the tricks of getting them to use the software. Like, and like,
so we don't need to do it. We don't need to do it for them.
Yeah, this you're selling. The only thing you do for them is the setup, which they paid you for. But like, you don't plan to intend, like, let's say you charge them $3K for 3 months. You don't plan to charge them another $3K for 3 months. They need to know that. They say, hey, look, after 3 months, I don't intend to charge you this thing. I want to give you a 90% discount, which is like a tenth of the price. But you need to work with me to do that. And you know what? Like, once you streamline the whole thing, like let's say you have 10 real estate agents, they all, I'm guarantee you this, they all gonna ask the same question. They're gonna go, hey Kartik, how do you change this? And then once you make the video, you can put into a library. The next time the person asks that, you should drag that video up to him.
Yeah, you talk about getting them to use the system and us sort of just doing the setup and that's it. Wouldn't that be a more fruitful option, and we'll be able to charge more if we did it for them, like ongoing as well?
That's
on the service continues. It's not just that first little bit.
But that's, of course, like then, like if you do it for them, then it's, you know, it's become a service-based business. We want to leverage SaaS. We rather, like, it's up to you, man. Like, so, are you still there?
No, I mean, still leverage it, but then have like, I don't know, I'm looking, if I've got, let's use the same 10 agents as an example, I may have a VA or someone to sort of run it.
Yeah, look,
and manage that account for them, yeah.
It's depend on your service. At the end of the 3 months, you said, hey, like, if you want to save some money, we do have this option. Because, like, here's the thing, at the end of 3 months, some agent may say like, oh, Kartik, you're nice guys, but you know, we're gonna look somewhere else. We're gonna try something else. This is where like the low ticket come in. Say, all right, man. So what you need to do, you just have to pay us like a tenth of what you just paid us previously, and you know, majority of the stuff will help to support you. We'll continue to give you all this IP and this access, but you just have to do a couple of things yourself. Like it's like 20 minutes a week, and most agents say, all right, I got 90% discount, and I only have to spend 20 minutes a week to manage all this shit. Like, yes, like
that can do that.
A lot of business owners are cheap, right? So that low ticket price does give them an option to continue relationship with you, because that's what they always say, that, hey, you're a nice guy, but I'm just gonna yada yada, right?
Yeah.
Now, then you have the other segment, which is the premium client. Like, hey man, my time is valuable, and I'm happy with you. I want to pay you to do your what you're good at. Now those guys, you can do whatever the hell you want with them, but majority of the guy will fall into the hybrid SaaS category. So if eventually you are selling SaaS, you are selling white label GHL. Are we on the same page about that?
Yes, yeah, okay, that makes more sense now. Yeah,
you need to have an expectation from the beginning, saying, hey, look, you know, like if they ask you to change something, you need to make a video on Loom to show them how to change it. So let's write some checklists on what's the takeaway from this call. So number one, use the ad spend, the free ad spend on the ad. If you're willing to do that, I don't know why the hell you're not even using that in your marketing. Like, that's powerful. Like, I don't do that. A lot of agencies not willing to do that. So why not use it? Like, the fact that you're willing to pay for ad spend for your client, that should have been on the marketing material. I don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
And I know for sure a lot of my competitors don't do that. So if you're already doing it, that's already differentiate yourself. But like, you need to
Yeah.
You need to get the term and conditions straight. Like you should be paying for like 14 days, 30 days. Like,
Yeah.
like you shouldn't pay. Set expectation. Set expectation for a done with you relationship in the future. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just 2 takeaway in this call. Otherwise, I don't think like we'll cover anything else. Just remember, man. Just remember, your client want conversation and listing. Doesn't matter if it comes from ad, and doesn't matter if it comes from database or activation. So as long as you give her that, she don't really care where it comes from.
All right, cool. No, that's fine. Look, that's all. Thank you very much for your time and your advice. Yeah, appreciate that. I'll keep cracking on.
All right. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoy watching the video, make sure that you also checking out this content right there.